Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Arababaya coming at you from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, The Facts About Processed Food. I got this because, where I work at my job, I go through different areas. Well, I've noticed that when you go into the impoverished areas, when you go the urban areas that have low income, you see a lot of these foods in there. You see the majority of the store is filled with processed food. With bags of chips and bag stuff. And when you do the research, you find out that this stuff is lethal. It shouldn't be consumed on a regular basis. Shouldn't be consumed at all, but definitely not on a regular basis. And this is what, they give to Jake, 12 tribes. So I got a video where it was actually showing some of the background and some of the, some of the history of this food. By the way, I want to say that this is fair use. I'm not gaining anything from this. I'm not getting any money from this. This is just for teaching purposes, this video. So anyway, before I play the video, I want to go to a quick scripture. I want to go to Psalms chapter 82, verse 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. So everything's out of course. I mean, our food process, the way we eat, what we eat, how we eat, is all upside down, because of the man that's in power, the son of perdition. So therefore, everything that we do is chaotic, and it's also lethal, meaning that a simple thing of food is, in your life, it's full of chemicals, unhealthy. So anyway, let me go ahead and play this video. Check this out.
Facts you didn't know about processed foods, part 1. Hit the follow button first and watch this full video because one of these ingredients is actually sand. About 70% of our calories come from processed foods. That's 7 out of every 10 foods we eat have been altered with chemical ingredients. But here's the thing, they're highly addictive. That's why we can't put them down, because they're designed to keep us coming back. Processed foods stimulate dopamine, which is a feel-good neurotransmitter that lights up your brain in similar ways that drugs do. Here's a list of foods most commonly linked to addictive eating behaviors, with ice cream, chocolate, pizza.
It says no physical value. Listen to this. Job chapter 13, verse 4. It says, but ye are all forgers of lies. It says, I'm sorry, let me read that again. I messed that up. Salakia. It says, Job chapter 13, verse 4. It says, but ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. So again, the stuff they'll tell you how it's healthy for you, is good for you. And they're all physicians of no value, meaning that they lie. It's not. None of this stuff is good for you. None of this stuff should be sold to you. And don't think that there's not ways that they could make this stuff and make it better for you. But it's no money in that, Go ahead and finish the video.
And fries leading the way. A lot of processed foods have disgusting ingredients like titanium dioxide, or E171, most commonly used in paints and sunscreens. Its function is to make food more visually appealing. You can find it in salad dressing, coffee creamers, and cake icing. And you won't believe this common ingredient in fast food and canned chili, silicon dioxide, but most people call it sand. Follow me for part 2. Disgusting facts you didn't know about
Wow. Steep. I want to go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 6. It says, let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of the things that cometh by the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. Be ye therefore partakers with them. Be ye not therefore partakers with them. So this is what we got to understand, that we don't want to be deceived by that. We want to do our research and be able to understand that a lot of the stuff that we take, a lot of stuff that's out here is not healthy for us. So we have to watch, and set our own diet up. This processed food, it causes, it's not good for you, So I want to say that. I want to go to another scripture. I want to go to Proverbs chapter 29, verse 1. It says, he that being often reproved harden his neck and shall suddenly be destroyed without remedy. This is the so-called white man, you know. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. That's Jake. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. We're in mourning right now because the wicked are in rule. At the beginning of this lesson, I said in Job chapter 9, verse 24, said the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. So they're in rule now. So that's why we have this food, this poison that, you know, our kids are eating, that we're consuming, that's killing everybody, you know. So we have to really be careful and be watching that we don't be, you know, led astray. A lot of these commercials they have where the food's good for you, it looks really appealing, and all that's done through a lab, you know. The man that's in power is just, you know, he's all about, you know, he's all about control. He's all about being in power. He wants to be like the Most High, you know. And it doesn't matter what he do, steal, kill, or destroy. It's just so he can get his power, you know. So let's go to that. Let's go to Job chapter 10, verse 10. It says, the thief cometh not, Job chapter 10, verse 10. It says, the thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I cometh that you might have life, and that you might have it more abundantly. So there's no life in this processed stuff, brothers and sisters. So we have to really be careful what we consume and how we consume it. You know, you don't want to just fill your cabinet up with, or fill your storage place up, or fill your refrigerator up with this stuff, you know. So be mindful of that. And use the scriptures. It says they have a dietary. Leviticus talks about, you know, our dietary and what we should be eating and what we should not be eating. And we should, you know, we should definitely stay close to that. It says roughly in Isaiah 33:6 that the wisdom of these scriptures are going to be our stability. So we must come back to the dietary laws and be careful of this stuff. You know, if you consume a little bit, you know, it's kind of hard not to, but we just got to be mindful and watch what we consume. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom till next time, Lord willing. Shalom.